Your dog isn't actually allergic to your personality, and he definitely doesn't need a 16th nap while you're mid-lecture about why the Italian leather loafers are not a chew toy. If you've ever been in a high-octane wrestling match with a 60-pound furball only for them to suddenly sneeze directly into your open mouth, congratulations, you've just been served with a formal, high-level peace treaty. In the world of canine logic, a sneeze isn't just a biological malfunction triggered by a stray piece of dust. It's a strategic executive decision to inform the room that the vibes are officially just a prank, bro. We've all seen it. You're playing tug of war, things are getting a little heated, the growls are escalating, and then, achoo! The dog reboots. That's not a cold. That's your dog engaging the play buffer. It's the equivalent of a professional wrestler breaking character mid-match to whisper, "Hey, nice haircut," to their opponent, just to make sure nobody actually gets their neck snapped. It's the universal dog signal for, "I'm having a blast, but please don't call the police, this is all for fun." But then, there's the yawn. Oh, the theatrical, wide-mouthed, vocalized yawn. You're at the vet, your dog is trembling like a leaf in a hurricane, and suddenly he lets out a yawn so deep you can see what he ate for breakfast 3 Tuesdays ago. You think, wow, he's really handled this stress by getting sleepy. No, wrong. Your dog is currently experiencing a system-wide hardware crash, and the yawn is the Control-Alt-Delete of the canine nervous system. It's the most awkward, adorkable way of saying, I am currently losing my mind, but I'm trying to act like I'm not. It's the canine version of checking your phone in an awkward elevator ride when there's no service and you're just staring at your wallpaper to avoid eye contact with the guy breathing too loudly next to you. These behaviors are the glitches in the matrix that prove dogs are playing a completely different game than we are. They aren't just pets. They are furry little diplomats using the weirdest possible body language to navigate the complicated world of human emotions. Imagine you're at a party, and someone starts getting a little too aggressive with the karaoke mic. If you were a dog, you wouldn't tell them to sit down. You'd just stand in the middle of the living room and sneeze violently on the dip. Everyone would stop, the tension would break, and suddenly the play sneeze has saved the social fabric of the evening. It's brilliant. It's chaotic. It's pure animal logic. We spend thousands of dollars on therapists and communication workshops to learn how to de-escalate conflict, while Fido over here has mastered the art of peace through Snot. And let's talk about the communication yawn during training. You're trying to teach him to sit for the 50th time, and he just looks at you and yawns. That's not a critique of your teaching style. Well, maybe it is a little bit, but mostly it's him telling you that his brain is currently downloading update 2.0, and he's feeling the pressure. It's a pressure release valve. If he didn't yawn, he might actually explode into a cloud of fur and confusion. When a dog sneezes or yawns in your direction, they aren't being rude. They are actually being the most emotionally intelligent being in the room. They are literally vibrating with the effort of trying to understand why you're so stressed about a spreadsheet when there is a perfectly good tennis ball sitting under the couch. So, why does the play sneeze even exist? From a biological standpoint, your dog is basically a high-performance sports car with a very sensitive alarm system. When they play, they are mimicking hunting behaviors. The pouncing, the biting, the shaking. It's intense. If they didn't have a way to signal this is a simulation, playtime would turn into a National Geographic documentary real fast. The sneeze is a physical reset. It's short, it's sharp, and it breaks the rhythm of the hunt. It tells the other dog, or you, that even though I'm currently killing this stuffed hedgehog, I am still a good boy. It's the ultimate safety word. But wait, it gets weirder. Have you noticed the sneeze talk? Some dogs have figured out that sneezing gets a reaction. They start doing it when they want a treat, or when it's 5 minutes past dinner time. This is no longer a calming signal. This is straight up psychological warfare. They've hacked the system. They know that when they do the funny snot sound, the humans laugh and give them a piece of cheese. At this point, the dog isn't even broken anymore. They've just become a highly efficient cheese extraction algorithm. They are using their biological glitches to manipulate the dominant species on the planet. And honestly, we're just letting it happen, because it's too cute to stop. Now, let's dive into the broken science of why their brains chose sneezing and yawning specifically. Most animals have a fight or flight response. But dogs have evolved a secret third option, the big weirdo response. When a dog is confused or feeling a bit of social friction, their autonomic nervous system gets a little spicy. In humans, we might sweat or stutter. In dogs, that nervous energy needs an exit strategy. The yawn is a way to physically expel that tension. It stretches the facial muscles, increases blood flow to the brain, and signals to everyone around them that they are totally chill and definitely not about to bite the mailman. It's a social lubricant. By looking bored, they are telling the world they aren't a threat. It's a masterpiece of reverse psychology. Let's peel back the fur and look at the actual wiring under the hood, because from an evolutionary standpoint, your dog's brain is basically running on a beta version that hasn't been updated since the Ice Age. When we talk about the play sneeze, we're looking at a fascinating glitch in the canine respiratory system that was hijacked by social intelligence. Biologically, when a dog gets excited, they scrunch up their faces. Their nose wrinkles, their whiskers twitch, and the skin around their snout folds in a way that tickles the sensitive nerves inside their nostrils. In any other animal, this would just be a physical annoyance, a literal itch they can't scratch. But dogs? Dogs looked at this mechanical failure and said, "Wait, I can use this." It's called an ethological displacement act, which is a fancy way of saying their brain is currently receiving two conflicting signals and it doesn't know which one to pick. Signal A says, "Bite that squeaky toy like it owes you money." Signal B says, "Don't accidentally murder your human because they're the only ones who know how to open the kibble bag." When these two signals collide, the dog's internal processor overheats, the fan starts spinning, and the pressure is vented out through the nose in a violent, wet achoo! It is a biologically mandated vibe check. By sneezing, the dog is physically discharging the built-up aggression of the play hunt. It's a reset button for their nervous system. If you look at it through the lens of logic, it's the ultimate evolutionary oopsie. Instead of developing a complex series of hand signals or a dedicated "I'm joking" pheromone, dogs just decided to weaponize their own allergies. Then we have the stress yawn, which is where the science gets truly broken. In the wild, if a wolf is feeling threatened by a dominant pack leader, it can't exactly file a complaint with HR. It needs a way to say, "I am not a threat, please do not eat me," without looking like a total coward. Enter the yawn. When a dog yawns at the vet, or when you're scolding them for eating the drywall, they are engaging a primitive calming signal. This isn't just a guess. This is actual canine psychology. By yawning, the dog is trying to lower their own heart rate and blood pressure while simultaneously signaling to everyone in a 50-foot radius that they are completely harmless and definitely not interested in a fight. It's a displacement behavior. Think of it like a human who starts aggressively cleaning their glasses when they're asked a question they don't know the answer to. It's a filler action. The dog's brain is experiencing an approach-avoidance conflict. Part of them wants to stay and interact, and part of them wants to teleport to a different dimension. The result? A yawn so massive it looks like they're trying to swallow the entire room. They are literally trying to bore the tension away. It's a genius-level move from a creature that also occasionally barks at its own farts. And don't even get me started on the contagious yawning. Science shows that dogs are one of the few species that can catch a yawn from a human. This isn't just because they're tired, it's because their brains are hardwired for empathy. When you yawn and your dog yawns back, they are basically performing a high-speed sync of their emotional state with yours. It's a biological, "I feel you, bro." It's a tether that connects their primitive wolf brain to our complicated primate brain. So, when your dog yawns while you're crying over a breakup, they aren't being insensitive. They are actually performing a deep tissue emotional massage on the atmosphere. They are trying to reset the room's energy because they can feel your cortisol levels spiking, and they've decided the best solution is for everyone to just reboot. This broken science is what makes dogs the ultimate social engineers. They have taken these weird, involuntary physical tics, sneezing and yawning, and turned them into a universal language that transcends species. They aren't just meow for no reason. They are meow with a purpose. Every time they sneeze in your face during a game of fetch, they are reinforcing the social contract. They are reminding you that despite the sharp teeth and the predator ancestry, they are 100% committed to the bit. They are professional comedians who use their own snot as a punchline. It's not a bug in their programming. It's the most successful feature they've ever developed. They have evolved to be the most relatable idiots on the planet, and the science proves it's all a calculated move to keep the belly rubs coming. So, what is the final verdict on the sneeze and yawn defense system? Are our dogs actually tactical geniuses, or are they just malfunctioning wolves with a snot-covered sense of humor? Honestly, it's a little bit of both. We like to think we're the ones in charge, the alpha of the pack, the manager of the household. But while you're busy worrying about the mortgage or whether you left the oven on, your dog is sitting in the corner, strategically sneezing to de-escalate the tension because you looked at them too sternly for eating the sofa. They aren't just pets. They are the world's most advanced social mediators. They have weaponized their own biological glitches to make sure that no matter how weird or aggressive things get, the vibe remains wholesome but chaotic. Think about it. In a world where every other animal is trying to look tough, scary, or invisible, the dog decided to look broken. They chose to yawn in the face of danger and sneeze in the middle of a fight. It's a bold executive move. It's the ultimate peace through awkwardness strategy. If a wolf yawns in the wild, it might be seen as a sign of weakness. But if your golden doodle yawns while you're trying to give him a bath, it's so adorkable that you end up apologizing to him. They've hacked our primate brains. They've discovered that by leaning into their most now instincts, they can bypass our logic and go straight for the "aww" response. The sneeze and the yawn are the two pillars of the canine constitution. One says, "I'm just playing, don't take me seriously." And the other says, "I'm incredibly stressed, so please give me a snack and a hug." It's a perfect system. It's a biological safety net that keeps our two species from ever truly falling out. So, the next time your dog looks you dead in the eye and lets out a massive, wet sneeze right onto your clean shirt, don't reach for the tissues. Reach for the tennis ball. They aren't sick. They aren't broken. They're just downloading the latest firmware update for their single, beautiful, hard-working brain cell. And they've just invited you to be a part of the simulation. At the end of the day, we don't deserve dogs, but we definitely deserve the snot they spray on us. Because in a world that's constantly trying to be serious, there's nothing more grounding than a 60-pound animal who thinks a loud sneeze is the height of diplomatic negotiation. They are the glitch in the matrix we actually want to keep. They are the adorkable diplomats of the animal kingdom, and their logic is flawless. Why fight when you can just sneeze and call it a day? It's not just animal logic, it's the only logic that actually makes sense. So, before you go out and try to negotiate your next pay raise by sneezing on your boss, don't. Trust me, HR doesn't speak dog. Take a second to appreciate the sheer, unadulterated genius of the creature currently shedding on your favorite rug. They've spent 30,000 years perfecting the art of the snot-based peace treaty, just so they could live in your house, eat your snacks, and never have to pay a single utility bill. If that's not a successful executive strategy, I don't know what is. You see, we think we're the ones studying them, but every time you laugh at a play sneeze, or forgive a chewed-up shoe because they gave you that big, dramatic, "I'm so stressed" yawn, they're the ones training you. They've hacked the human empathy drive. They've turned biological malfunctions into a language of love, chaos, and occasional projectile mucus. And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other mistake. They are the glitch in the matrix that makes the whole simulation worth playing. If your dog has a signature glitch, maybe a sneeze that sounds like a tea kettle, or a yawn that could swallow a small child, drop it in the comments. We need to document these malfunctions for the sake of science, or at least for the sake of our own entertainment. Hit that subscribe button if you want more deep dives into the broken logic of the animal kingdom, because the more we look, the more it seems like the animals are the only ones who actually know what they're doing. Keep it weird, keep it chaotic, and for the love of everything holy, stop using the play sneeze at your performance reviews. It only works if you're a golden retriever.